So today we take 18 FT 704, that is garment testing, performance and sustainability. Now unit 2, we will start with common protocols for garment testing. In the lesson 1, we will talk about general test which are to be carried out in the garment. Now first step what has to be done in this garment protocol is the level verifications. So different levels are there in the garment, so those kind of levels will be verified, and after that we will see lot of other levels also. Now in these general tests we will carry out some of the verifications like a level verifications, then we will talk about different kinds of testing, that is durability testing, colorfastness testing, and then we will talk about the requirements and different areas where these products are to be tested for different kind of testing. So we will start with the level verification and then we will go into different kinds of durability and fastness testing. So level verification, when you will do, we will talk about the levels and what is the size of the level, then country of origin of that particular garment, then the fiber content, then care labeling. So these are the areas are to be covered here. So after this introductory part, I am starting with this level verifications, and the testing engineer, when the testing he will start, then he has to do the level verification process. In that he has to see the registration number, size, copyright verification, and if it is a staffed level, we have to see that what are the things are there in the level. Country of origin also is another important area where this garment has been produced, and finished stage textile products and disclosure of informations. These are the three areas needs to be seen where this origin is there. Now after this, the garment technicians will see the analysis of fiber. So what are the fibers are there in the garment, and for that he or she has to do the qualitative analysis by doing flame or the burn test, and solubility test also is there. Quantitative test, normally it is chemical testing, okay, so that chemical testing has to be done in fiber content, and different fibers are used, and for that different chemicals are available for dissolving, and different burning tests are there for that, and it will act as different kind of substances, and the smell and burning behavior will be different into this fiber content. Now when we will come to the care labeling, there are a lot of important aspects of care labeling, and these are the symbols have been shown in the care labeling. So these symbols are normally used in this care labeling. So in that, washing is there, drying is there, then bleaching is there, then ironing, then dry cleaning. So all these things are covered under this care labeling. Now after this care labeling issues, the registration number has to be seen, and like a fiber content, then what is the care instruction, and then the registration number of that particular consignment. So that is to be verified, and it should match also with the specifications. Size of the particular garment is very important. There are a lot of sizes are there, like L represent the lower size, okay, smaller size, S, M is medium size, okay, XL is little larger size, okay, so XS is there, so XL is also there, so it all represents the extra large kind of thing. So those are the things verified into this particular level verifications. So level size is very important, and standard sizing has to be used into this. Copyright verification is another very important part. So any kind of figures which are there, so copyright verification will protect the creators, and design cannot be reproduced into that, and it is a useful article. So copyright verification is important. Stamped article label, when you are coming, the covering which is there, and stuffing or filling material which are there in the material. So all these things are judged in the stuffed article level. Now let us come to the fiber analysis part. Fiber analysis, when you are doing, there are problems associated in the fiber analysis. So those kind of things are judged here, like a t-shirt which is there or any kind of woven shirt is there. So normally dispute comes about the fiber content in it. So for that reason, that fiber content is very important to be analyzed. And like here in the example, Ralph Lauren polo shirt has been shown here. So here the problem is that when it is going for the mass production, then some sort of unusual fibers may be present there. Okay, so high degrees of accuracy is important when we are doing the production. Okay, so such kind of things are judged in the fiber. So it should not deviate from the whatever has been desired by the buyer. So yarn size for woven fabric is very important into it. The yarn number and the linear density or the thickness in that plays an important role to it, okay, in the yarn size. Now yarn count, thickness and fineness is very important in the fabric count part. So different fibers are there in that. So yarns are used. So what is the thickness of the yarn or the fineness of the yarn? So those things are judged here in the fabric count. And normally the fabric also judged by their ends per inch and the peaks per inch. Fabric weight, different kinds of fabric weight is there. Fabric weight can be medium weight can be there, lower weight, higher weight. So different kind of materials are used in it, because different weaves are used, thickness, all these things are very important part of discussion. Now fabric weight, when we are talking, fabric weight can be judged by using some GSM cutter, and then weighing balance is used for that fabric cutter. So this is the figure of this GSM cutter. It is round shaped. Now for cotton, there are warp and weft yarn in a particular weave. So 1 inch of the fabric is cut, and then ends per inch and peaks per inch are judged while we are doing the evaluation of the fabric construction in a particular fabric. So this is very important, the warp directions and the weft directions, how much yarn is there, how many numbers of ends are there, how many numbers of peaks are there. So that is judged in the fabric construction part. Washability is very important here, and different kind of washing machines are available for the garment. One is the front loading washing machine, that is called wasketer. Then another type of wash machine is that is the top loading machines. Normally for US buyers, top loading machines, and for European buyers, normally front loading machines are used in the washability test. And dimensional stability and appearance in laundering, these are the two major parts in it. Now washability, when we are doing, so before and after, what is the appearance, that is getting judged after taking out the material. And dimensional stability, here some marking should be there. So before and after wash, how much shrinkage is there in the yarn. So that is getting judged, and the fabric, how much shrinkage is there, that will reflect in the garment also. So when we are cutting the garment or the cutting operation is there, so this kind of dimensional stability has to be taken into account. Now here two major parts are involved here, which is very important, that is relative humidity, at which humidity you are doing this dimensional stability test. Then hysteresis and dynamic phenomena also are very important here in this testing of dimensional stability. Now appearance in laundering, that is very important, that after washing, what is the condition of the garment. because that is the end use. Okay, so customer will see that after washing what is the condition of the garment, and normally it is judged under different light box, different lights are used for that, and grayscale is used for the evaluation purpose normally. So grayscale evaluation is done there in the garment. So evaluation of the fabric is important, standard lighting is important, and the specimen is important in appearance in laundering. Now, when we are talking about appearance in laundering, we have to also see some other tests after this laundering, that is the strength and performance test. Now, what are the materials available in the strength and performance test? Different kind of sample sizes are there for performing this kind of tests. So, there are tensile, tear, bursting for knit, then seam strength and stretchability. So, those 4 tests are very, very important in this strength and performance test. Now, in this strength and performance test, different instruments are used, like one Instron tensile testing machine as has been shown here. So, that kind of machine is used. That machine is also used for the pocket strength, okay, zipper strength, then stretch and recovery for elastic item. So, similar kind of machines can be used in those kind of evaluation. Now, coming to the bursting strength testing for knitted goods. Here different instrument is getting used, and you can see the rupture after this bursting of the knitted goods. Here in the instrument, the specimen will burst after a certain pressure. So, pressure is required here, and that is the indication of bursting. So, fluid pressure is increased in the bursting strength testing. So, these are the different areas which we try to cover it here, and next part of this performance testing is the peeling. As you can see in the figure that there are certain ball formations or fuzz formation is there, and if it is there in the garment, it will definitely hamper the appearance of the garment. Okay, so that's why we have to be very carefully judge this peeling. And after that, the testing of color is very important. The colorfastness test, we call it as a colorfastness test. So, different kind of testing methodologies are there for that, and you can see the change of color, that different areas of the garment. So, laundering, dry cleaning, chlorine bleach, non-chlorine bleach plays an important role to it. Now, colorfastness test, when we are talking about crocking test, that is the rubbing test, then the light fastness test, then the perspiration test. So, how the sample will behave in after doing a particular washing or after wearing for certain time, and then ozone and burn gas fume, okay, how this colorfastness will retain after this. And these are the different photographs of crocking photographs, okay. So, in the crocking machine, how the sample looks like after this rubbing test. Now, this is one of the area that washing machines are used, that is the laundering or dry cleaning. Here different instruments are getting used, as you can see the washing and dry cleaning machines. So, after washing, dry cleaning, what is the colorfastness? That is the question. Then coming the non-chlorine bleach. Non-chlorine bleach, this is a symbol of non-chlorine bleach. Sometimes in the garment, non-chlorine bleach is used to see the strength of that dye what has been used, whether it is dye is fading out or not. Crocking, as I mentioned, this is the crock fastness tester which is used for the crocking fastness test. And light, actually different types of instruments are used, air cooled or the water cooled type of machines are used, and blue wool standards are used for this purpose of evaluation. So, these are the different areas actually in colorfastness test. Perspiration is very, very important also in this, and different gadgets are used for that, perspirometers are used for that, and for day-to-day use, how is the fastness properties in perspiration, that is the consumer's question. So, that is judged in perspiration test. Then comes the colorfastness to ozone. So, ozone tester is there. So, how this behaves into that. Then burn gas fumes, how it is if it is exposed to the burnt gas, how it looks like. So normally the indigo dyed material or white material, these are the tests applied. So these are the areas actually we have covered here, and summing up of these particular lessons, we can tell that common protocols for garment testing when you are talking. Now 3 major areas are to be judged here. Now what are those areas? Those areas are the level verification, number 1. Number 2 is the washability test, and then the different identification tests are there. So those kind of things are covered here in the garment protocols when you are doing certain testing. And this testing will vary, depends upon the which kind of product we are taking, that is whether it is a woven product or whether it is a knitted product. So those kind of things are getting judged here. So depending upon the requirement, the testing are to be carried out. For example, in woven goods, the tensile strength testing is carried out, but for the knitted goods, bursting strength test is done. So these are the differences are there. Differences are there in different protocols for knitted garment, and also buyer wise, if it is a US buyer or European buyer, the test instrument will vary. So these are the different aspects actually we try to cover here, and similarly the levels will be different depending upon the country of origins and all these. And identification test, of course, the different fibers are used. So those different fibers, how it behaves or how it works in the garment, so that is getting judged here. So that's all for this unit 2 and lesson 1, the common protocols for garment testing. Thank you.